Alright guys, we're back in the 4th Gen 6-speed manual. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out and motivates me to keep these videos coming. So if you guys are into the 4th Gen TL, you probably see my videos already. We're going to be testing the TLX Aspec all-wheel drive compared to this 4th Gen TL and see which one's faster. I'm not even going to bother with the 0 to 60 because you can go on Car Magazine times and they're all over there. I think they get like 5.7, 5.8 I want to say, maybe 5.6. Now my best time 0 to 60 with this is a 5.1. Now the car magazines, when you read online, Motor Trend, Car and Driver, whatever other ones test the 0 to 60, they actually use a 1 foot rollout. So with a 1 foot rollout, my 5.1 was actually a 4.9. Keep in mind the 0 to 60 times are probably going to be more consistent on the TLX as opposed to this, just because if you don't get the RPMs and the clutch just right, it might bog down a bit. Whereas the automatic, you just kind of hold the brake, bring up the RPMs, let go of the brake and floor it. It's pretty easy. It's just to find what RPM works the best. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the TLX. I'll record it holding the steering wheel on the TLX, which will be easy because it's an automatic. I'll record with my left hand when using this one and be shifting, so the phone's gonna be a little shaky, but it'll give you guys an idea because I can't really race them. And then I'll come back to this spot and give my thoughts on the TLX. Okay, so as you can see, the TLX is around 185, the TL is around 197, so the TLX had to shift, but the TL started about 500 RPMs lower. Okay, from a second gear pull at around 70, the TLX is revving about 1,000 RPM higher, so the TL definitely has a disadvantage there, but still comes out on top. So if you did a TL roll around 80, the TLX would have to be in third, and the TL would definitely be gone. So it's all about the gearing, but the TL overall, the top end on the TL is just going to win every single time. So on the downshifts, the pedals work pretty quick. But on the upshifts, I click and then it shifts. Like, it's literally like a second delay, second and a half. It's kind of crazy. Click, click. Ah, it's really delayed. The engine roar though, the engine roar is way more than the 4th gen stock.
So both starting in third gear around 100. The TL just revs higher, so it comes to around 150 while this is at 140. I'd say every gear the TL is going to pull away about 5 kilometers an hour, or gain 5 kilometers an hour every gear.
Pulls just as good as the TL in maybe from like a 60 kilometer range to 100, and then after that the TL would pull away from this for sure. I'm not really impressed with this transmission, to be honest. Hopefully the Type S has a way better transmission. I would never get one of these just because after driving it, I'm not too impressed. I like my 4th Gen more. The 4th Gen definitely feels a lot faster than the TLX. Now, the first thing I noticed when sitting in the TLX, the seats. The seats in the TLX they look amazing, but they are not comfortable at all. Like, it's like sitting on a kitchen table compared to a Lazy Boy. As soon as I got back in this, I was like, oh yeah, that's way more comfier. These seats are just like a couch compared to sitting on a, I don't know. The way these seats wrap around your sides are way more comfier. Now, I found the TLX was kind of more planted in the turns, but I do have some big knobby winter tires on this, so that might have an effect on it. But overall, this car is 10 times better. The transmission is junk on the TLX. I did not like it at all. The only thing I like more about the TLX is the grille, the headlights, the rear, the way the mufflers go into the bumper on the Aspec. But other than that, this car better hands down all around, in my opinion. And also the infotainment system, or entertainment, I don't know what the proper term is, but this is kind of dated compared to TLX, obviously. This came out in 2009 as opposed to 2018, so it is going to be a little dated. But even the sound system in this, I find the sound system's even better. So will I ever be getting a TLX? Absolutely not, unless they upgrade the transmission to a better transmission. Like, I'd like to see them put their dual clutch from the RLX Sport Hybrid, I believe it is. And speaking of which, that RLX Sport Hybrid, if you want an automatic that's fast, and 0 to 60 is like 4.9, I believe, 4.8, quarter mile, 13.5 seconds. That's probably the fastest Acura you can get right now, other than the NSX. So until that Type S comes out, fingers crossed for a good transmission, because we all know they're not going to put their best transmission, which is the manual. They're going to put a crappy automatic. So I believe the 4th Gens, though, they have a better automatic transmission than the TLX. I like the transmission better on the 4th Gen, just from the paddle shifts were slow on the TL, but not as slow as the TLX. It's actually ridiculous. Now, with all the gearing that the TLX has, you would think it would work better than it does, but it literally, when it shifts, it still drops the RPMs like really far down. It should keep it up in the higher RPMs, and it would be a lot quicker. Now, my test, because of the gearing, my RPMs were lower. Every time I'm comparing these times, you got to look at the RPMs on the TLs, about 1,000 RPMs less. So once the RPMs get up there, then you'll see the speedometer actually pick up speed way faster than the TLX. Now, my shifts were kind of slow just because I was recording. I hope you guys enjoyed that little comparison. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a race. Maybe someday, but just by looking at the speedometer, this is going to pull and keep pulling top end. It's just going to beat car lengths away. But I knew that just from right away from driving it. Just the feel in the chest, the G-force, I guess you could say. I know it's not a crazy high horsepower car, but this makes me rush way more than that TLX did, and I knew right away that this was going to be faster. But anyways, that's it for this video. Go ahead, hit that like button. Feel free to comment, share, subscribe. It helps me out. Every like and comment, it helps out the YouTube algorithm, or whatever you call it, and gets my videos recommended more. So the more my videos get recommended, the more videos I can make for you guys. So I really enjoy making these. I'm not stopping anytime soon. We're just gonna get this thing crazier and crazier. Right now I'm just kind of waiting on a house, so be patient. I do my best to upload weekly. Now, if I do get some other videos, I might upload twice a week. So let's just say once a week I upload, and that way you can be sure to at least get one video a week.